Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. This is our latest edition of the Current Status, and I'm Pumala Schmidt, also known as Exchange Goddess on the Twitters, and I'm back with my co-host.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad to be here. My name's Teresa Miller. I can be found on Twitter at 24/7 IT Connect. I'm looking forward to today because we're going to take this a different twist, right? You and I have always talked about tech. And
Yes.
so we're changing things up. And we brought on a very special guest today. Actually, I'll let you introduce her because I think I missed your intro with all my echoes. So I'll let you
It's
go ahead
okay.
and.
It's I don't want to say it's unprecedented times, but it is. That was probably one of the reasons why we decided to come back. We've been thinking about coming back the past year or two now, but now that everything's going on with the pandemic, I thought, you know what, let's just come back. This gives us a chance to kind of reboot our show. And the first show that we are doing is about being in quarantine and DIY style. And I know it's not about tech, but there's so many people in tech that have been complaining about, okay, I need a haircut, I need to shave my head, things like that. I actually tweeted I needed to wax my eyebrows because I can't go get my eyebrows waxed. And the person that normally does it is actually our guest today, Linda, who is my cousin. She is owner and founder of Beauty Artistry by Linda. Do you want to give a little intro to yourself, Linda?
Sure. First of all, thank you guys for having me here today. My name is Linda Meunsaveng from Beauty Artistry. I'm located inside Leo's on Chocolate Salon and Spa in Hershey. For more information on my services, you can visit my website at beautyartistry.net.
So now that we're all in quarantine, my nails need done. My eyebrows need waxed. I did them the other day. I plucked them and did a little waxing. They came out crooked, but it's okay because we're in quarantine. My hair needs some style. That's me. I had someone tweet that their hair just needed help. And this was a guy. And he's like, can someone give some advice on how do I cut my own hair? So as I guess, a stylist, an artist, what's your recommendation now with everyone being in quarantine and who knows when we're going to get out of this? What's your recommendation to start off with to stay somewhat normal, right?
So I tell all my clients to put the scissors down. And the reason is because they come back to me and they have like third grade bangs, okay? Or I have to fix someone's haircut because it's so uneven. For somebody who has bangs and they're so grown out and they need it cut, I would advise them to wear headbands or just clip it back with a bobby pin or even wear a hat just to get us through this time. If you're so particular about your bangs and you just want to cut them, you can't stand it no more, okay. So let's just say you want to cut them. I would advise you to not cut straight across, only because when we cut it straight across, it will bounce up a lot. You can start by doing point cutting. When you do point cutting, it's not so blunt and it will not show your mistakes as much as when you do straight across. For the men out there who want to cut their own hair, I think that's more safe than cutting your own bangs as for women because they have hair clippers with attachments on it that's already measured to the length that you want it to be. So for a guy who wants just a buzz cut, it's so easy. Just make sure that you go over exactly each line so you don't have uneven lines on your head. It's probably better to have somebody else do it for you, like your wife or somebody else that can do it. They can see everything versus doing it yourself.
So what if they're single and they're by themselves?
I
know someone that shaved their head. Well, gave themselves a haircut and it looked like basically the sides were really very short and the back was okay. And it was just kind of like, okay, that's not bad. You did it by yourself, you didn't have any help, but yeah. So what's your advice there? Should you just go and just take the clippers and just go all around? Because that's what I would do.
If you're doing the head and you can't see, what I recommend is using your hands to feel it first, and then go in with the clippers and go up. And then also have as like a mirror just to see, behind you, just in case. But feeling it would be the safest part.
That's
I'm just thinking,
interesting. Yeah.
I'm thinking of this particular person because I was like, when I saw him on our happy hour, I was like, wait a minute, did you have a little story?
So I have a little story that's going to lead to a question. So I know I'm not a hairstylist. I don't try to be one. I tried cutting my husband's hair like 20 years ago because he asked me to, and he had part of his hair, like a divot. Thank goodness it grows back fast. So anyways, fast forward to quarantine, I'm now being asked, like, I don't really want to do this, right? But now I'm being asked to do his hair. My daughter has literally made hair appointments with me. My son is now saying I need something. So way out of my comfort zone. Like, I can't even braid hair. Okay. So this is not comfortable. So first of all, my daughter's perspective is it's quarantine. If you goof it up, Mom, it's okay. So I actually like her perspective. So last week she made me cut her hair. We took like 4 inches off. It's crooked. Our hairstylist is going to hate me, but she's happy. But then she made me color her hair. She's like, again, it's quarantine. Can you just color my hair? I want it purple. I'm like, okay. So we're doing purple hair. But we made a huge mess. I need, like, if quarantine doesn't end soon, I'm going to end up coloring her hair again. I made a huge mess. It stained the bathtub. Like, if someone insists on doing their hair during quarantine and coloring it, what advice do you have?
Okay. So for hair color, I've actually told my clients this is just for like root touch-ups to get us through the quarantine so we can go back into the salon, which is only the roots, okay? A lot of people have gray hair, and that's the one that bothers them the most. So what I suggest is to use hair powders or hair fibers. They sell them in the store. You can buy them at any drugstore, or even your grocery store has them. They have different shades that will match your hair color. And this is temporary, and it will wash out with using shampoo. And they also have hair color spray. Same thing, but not a powder form. It's a hairspray form. And you just spray it on. And like I said, this is temporary. So we're not supposed to be going outside, right, all the time. And if you do go outside and you want to go somewhere and people are going to see it, just for a little bit, just to get you by, that's it. Go inside, you wash your hair the next day, and it's gone. As simple as that. For my clients who want to make it more last or longing, I offer them at-home color kits. This is something that I came up with that I personally will formulate their color, and I've had the formula from when they came into the salon. So I pre-mixed it, and then I will hand deliver it to their door, and they will apply it themselves. The kit does come with instructions, and I offer FaceTime one-on-one with them.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, the reason
it's a good idea.
I pre-mix it is because insurance liability, right? And we don't know how well are they really going to follow directions in mixing it. So that's why I have to pre-mix it, and they have to apply it on right away or the color will oxidize. So as soon as I mix it up, pull up to their door, I ring the doorbell, okay, and I leave it there. So for social distancing, okay, and they pick it up, and so far it's been a hit. There's no questions or no worries about it. They'll send me a text or an email saying this was great. I'm going to buy the next one within 4 weeks. So that was a great hit for me. For, like I said, going back to the previous about doing the back of their hair, what I recommended to them was doing the same thing. Because a lot of us, we don't have another set of hands back here, and it's so hard for you to do the back of your hair. I also told them to just feel it, part it, and just apply it, and then just massage it.
Yeah, I know you're like listening. You're like, okay, how would I do this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a great way to do that. And I know that some other hairstylists are offering at-home color kits as well. For the most part, if you don't have grays and you just want a different color, I wouldn't advise you to bleach your own hair because that can be scary. Okay, and I don't know what color your your daughter has. But buying bleach from a grocery store, that can be so scary. You know, it doesn't know what color your hair is. Like, for instance, you can have really dark hair. And for us to get to purple, we have to definitely bleach our hair out to like a platinum to put the purple on it so that it will take it. To get to that phase, it's so damaging. And Puma can tell you, Puma has been dark hair to blonde to red. She's been all different colors.
Oh my God. Should we tell the story about when you dyed my hair platinum and we had to cut it off because it got it got like it got bad. And it had nothing to do with Linda. It was because my hair was so processed, so bleached, and we had to cut off 6, 7. I mean, it was short. Those were before my birthday in 2016, and I wanted to be platinum. And I had a professional do my hair, and it still was like, okay, let's salvage what's left. And yeah, I remember you actually, I think that's when you guys met back in 2016 when you flew out for my birthday.
Yeah. We were talking about
we talked about that in the beginning.
Yeah. That's a good point. I hadn't even considered the fact that you might have to bleach hair to get color to stick. You know, her hair was a little lighter than this, and so it just kind of took. So
yeah, you're one of the lucky people that doesn't have to like bleach down to the point where there's no hair left.
But even if you bought hair color from a CVS or your grocery store, it's harsh on your hair because the amount of levels of ammonia that's in their formula is really harsh on your hair and cause breakage. Like I said, the box color does not know what has all been in your hair. Let's just say you cut your hair every month, right? And you go, during this time, you go to the grocery store, you buy a box of color, you put it on top. We don't know what the results are because the box color doesn't know how many times you have processed your hair. And it could be turned green, right? And then you're going to come back to me. For color correction, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars. So, you know, I know that people want to try funky stuff. Did you have temporary hair colors, you know, like for your daughter, for instance, without damaging your hair, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it just washes out. That's a fun way just to try it out and just rinse it out, and that's it.
Right. So the next time she asks, I will not approve it until all the other hair color is truly out.
What you can try, actually, I've been a big fan of this, is extensions, colored extensions.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, because Linda actually got me hooked on this. Using extensions is kind of a way for you to try different styles out, but also different colors because they have colored extensions without really damaging your hair. I know I'm trying to get my daughter to do it because she wants to color her hair again. But yeah, because she did hers. She did purple. Was it 2 years ago? It was this summer. She didn't because we went to Europe, but it was the summer before she did the purple hair, and it damaged her hair. And she has lighter hair than me, and it still damaged her hair. So I'm gonna try to get her to try extensions. And I think I love your idea of trying like temporary alternatives. You know, like the sprays and the powders to get the gray because it's not it's not permanent and you're not damaging anything. Like, I wish you could do that for eyebrows. You know, like because
actually, you have talked about like getting your eyebrows waxed. So can I get my eyebrows waxed because I get allergic reaction to them. So what I like to use is this guy right here. This is called an eyebrow razor. So I do this in between. I guess I do my makeup. I don't do it every single day, of course, and I pluck in between. But this is awesome. It's not a straight blade where you can cut yourself. And you just go around the shape of your eyebrow, really. It is nice. And with our hair, you know, our hair is really wiry and thick. So, I like it because I can't wax my eyebrows. It gets me through. It works. They do have some products out there to color your eyebrows. Like, for instance, the Wonder Brow. That will last you maybe like a week or two.
Okay. I'm going to bring up somebody from Twitter. I think it was this past weekend, maybe last weekend. I will not name her, but she was attempting to do a home bikini wax because obviously we're all quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm like, get a bottle of wine out, make sure you're limber and some oil because it's going to go everywhere. And this is, I guess she had the hard wax. I have hard wax upstairs too. And I find the wax is everywhere. Because Maddie was waxing her eyebrows. I found the wax.
Okay.
I found the wax pot in her bedroom on the floor. Yeah,
this is
I
soft
have not
wax?
looked at her face yet.
She had not done it yet? I was gonna say, did she do it?
She already did it. She already did it. She already did it. But I have not. I've not done the inspection.
Okay.
But back to the story of the bikini wax. So, with that, I want to say, like, wow, that's some guts right there. Because that's
well, actually,
yeah, it is.
I have been waxing myself during quarantine. So, I keep up with my own waxing. So let's just say in the wintertime, I really wasn't because it was wintertime. So I would go get a full one and then I just keep up with it. And that's what I've been doing at home. So I have hard wax and soft wax at home. I use hard wax for my Brazilian waxes. And it's really easy. It's not that bad. Once you get a full one, you just keep up with it. Like, every week or 2 weeks. It's no issue at all. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I'm so used to doing it myself.
I was going to say it's probably because you're used to it. But so can you think back to when you first started? What tips would you have for people or that person that Kumala saw on Twitter?
Okay. If you were doing a bikini wax, start, of course, with your inner thigh first. That's how you're going to react, right? So it's not really on the area that you're going to wax first. So they always start with the
thinking about it right now, and I'm like, I need to drink some more.
Inner thigh first, and then work your way in.
It's different when you're doing it to yourself rather than somebody else.
Well, no, because you know what? It's the anticipation. You know that it's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. Sometimes where like I struggle, like after the winter time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I couldn't because I knew it was going to hurt, and it takes so much out of me just to pull it off. So I was like, okay, I can't do this. I had to go to a professional and get it waxed again. So the first round is done, and then I just keep up with it. So I think you just need to go to a professional for your first one, and then once you already know the feeling, how it's going to feel, you'll be okay to do it yourself with the upkeep. Mm-hmm. I mean, the positions that you're standing and laying, it is kind of weird. You feel like you're doing yoga sometimes to get the little areas. But I think that during this time, I mean, we have to do what we have to do, right?
We've got a couple minutes left. Now, as states start to open up,
yes,
I think each state's going to be different, right? And like Georgia, they're already open. What are you planning on? Like, what are you planning on doing to ensure that your clients and me, your cousin, is safe? Because I think our area is going to be
a really great question. Like, how do you safely go to the salon? I would love to know too.
So for Pennsylvania, I've been keeping up with their guidelines, and so far there hasn't been yet on their website on how the rules and guidelines that we have to follow. Of course, there's going to be a lot of sanitations. I've heard that people have to wait in their cars until they are okay to come inside. They have to limit how many people are inside the salon. Mm-hmm. Of course, everybody has to stay 6 feet apart from each other. I mean, stations have to be 6 feet apart. The amount of workers that you have, when people do come into the salon, they have to wash their hands, sanitize. They have to wear a mask. And like I said, for Pennsylvania, they have not put any guidelines yet. So I've been checking every single day. And I did watch Tom Wolf earlier today before this. And we are not on that list.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't know how much longer it's going to take. And I hope that we are soon to open. But to be honest, it's for our own safety and for our own health to make sure that it's okay for us to go back. And I don't want to be the reason for somebody else to get sick or anybody else surrounding me to be the reason I get sick. I think that's the most important thing. And like I said, we just take it day by day and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suspect there's gonna be like a rush of people trying to get appointments in.
Of course.
I hear people going, I need to make a spa day, and like I just keep thinking to myself, I'm gonna hold back from making the appointments because I don't want to bombard. Like I don't want to bombard you because I'm sure
Right.
your other clients want to get in, and I always put myself on the bottom. Like, okay, she's my cousin. I'll get in. She can do her other clients first. But I'm sure, you know, um, there's people out there that it's. I don't think it's gonna be like you're gonna get an appointment right away because, like you said, you got to space out your appointments. I'm going to assume, right, so that not everybody is in the salon at the same time. And then I'm still trying to figure out how do you social distance yourself from your clients 6 feet? Because when you cut my hair, I mean, you're like up in my grill, girl.
We are very personal. That's why I feel like we're not ready yet. And even if we wear face masks, like I had to do makeup applications or facial waxing, that's really personal,
Yeah, that's very personal.
Before this even happened, before we were mandated to close, I stopped taking clients that were getting facial waxing, makeup applications, anything on the face I didn't take. Okay. And I just feel like, even with the face mask, it's very tricky. That's why I think that it's okay, even if we don't open up soon, because there's a part of me who isn't ready.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I actually was on the list for highlights and a cut, actually on April 10th, I think it was, or 9th. And of course, my appointment couldn't be kept. So one of the thoughts I had once they figured this out, I was kind of hoping that maybe salons might look back at who had appointments and check with them first.
What I've done is when I rescheduled my clients, so I think it was like the first 15 days when they mandated to be closed, I took those clients and made a list. So they are my VIP clients, they come first. And then we were expanding to 30 days. So they were added onto the list. So I have a list that I have to go in order and everybody else has to follow suit. So I told them, and I had to reschedule these clients twice. So because we didn't know how long this was going to be, I had to reschedule them the first time, and then I had to reschedule them again. So I said, we're not going to reschedule again. It's a hassle of rescheduling you.
Yeah.
Let's just put you on a list, and then when we have the okay to do it, I will contact you. I'll schedule you accordingly.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're like right down to where we need to wrap this up. So thank you so much for joining us. You really helped shed some light on some of the do's and don'ts of hair and beauty care in quarantine.